What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another channel. Welcome back to Chance's Garage. This will be a little bit of a different video. Got so much I have to do on the Subaru and not enough days to do it. Not to mention, if you look right there behind me, right there, that's the Eclipse. That Eclipse actually blew its motor back in January. It's been sitting there in the tarp. I eventually got to have time to pull that motor. I actually have the new motor for it. I just haven't had the time to actually replace the motor, pull the motor, all that good stuff. Today's video though, we're going to go over the Subaru. We actually have a lot of stuff to do with the Subaru. It's all not going to get done today. It's going to be a matter of a few days, but for you guys, it's going to be one video. So the first thing we're going to do is we're actually going to be doing some painting. I got some Rust-Oleum 2 times the paint. The reason that I went with this paint, it's like a berry pink, and the reason I went with that to hopefully match that color there, it actually looks pretty decent. I think it's going to match perfectly. And what we're going to be doing with that paint is all of these yellow caps, I believe there's 8 of them, even down there. We're going to do the hood support, power steering. The next thing we have to do is we already replaced the power steering pump, so this is the new one. It's bolted in, but I ended up breaking the IAG pressure line, so we got a new one. We got to get that put in. We then have to burp the system, get the belt put back on, probably jump the battery because it can't start right now. So hopefully that will solve our power steering issue. I am also getting rid of the SF intake. So if you want an SF intake, hit me up. I'll sell it to you really cheap. I'll give you a spoiler alert. The new intake is going to have some Injen goodies on it. So we're going to get that put in. I also have this second box right here. That one, it's seen better days, but that is actually a new fender liner. And the reason we need that new fender liner is because this side has no fender liner. So we're going to put a fender liner in, and then we're going to go with a cold air intake that sits right in that fender. That's the main reason I'm replacing that fender liner. Without further ado, I'm going to get you up on the tripod, and we are going to take everything out of the engine bay that we are going to be painting. So we had to take the radiator mount off to get the hood prop mount off of there. We got everything taken off that I can reach at. The only one I didn't get was the one right back there. All of them that I can get to right now are taken off. All I did was come over here, put them on a pizza box so that I can get them clean. And the oil dipstick, I actually poked a hole so it's sitting up. That way the parts of the actual dipstick that you'll see will be the painted pink, and the rest are here. And all I'm going to do before I paint them is hit them with some purple power, get them degreased and clean, and then we'll hit them with the paint and see how they come out. Alright, we got them cleaned as best as they'll come clean. I switched the cardboard over, so now we will paint them and see how many coats it takes to get these nice and pink. So there's what it looks like just after one coat. The stuff I'm using does say that it applies as a double coat or a double layer, so it takes less paint to get full coverage. And after one coat, I would agree with that because we have full coverage. I think I'm just going to give it some time, hit it with a second coat, and then just let them dry because 2 coats definitely looks like it gets the job done. We'll see once it fully dries, but it definitely looks to me like 2 coats is all that's needed to really get these things looking really nice and pink. I'm excited to see how they turn out once they fully dry, but as of right now, they look pretty awesome. Another thing that I noticed too when I was working on my car is I have some really hard, fragile vacuum lines. So I should have some additional vacuum lines at the garage. So we're gonna go in and see what I can do. This right here, and honestly, I have no idea what it is, but this vacuum line and this vacuum line are hard as a rock. So I should have some red ones that I can replace those with. And then I'll just replace this third one too. So this whole contraption here will have brand new vacuum lines. I must be working on my car today because took the thing off and it fucking broke. So get to go online and figure out how much that thing's gonna cost me. Yay me. All right, it's been a couple days and we got all the caps that were painted back on. look hella nice. So it really does change the way that the engine bay looks, adding that pink to it. Also, I did some research on this and found out that it's actually not needed, so maybe eventually I'll get a new one, but for the time being, I blocked off that nipple, I blocked off that nipple. I don't know if you can see it, it's down in there, is the other hose. That hose is still open, and all that does is vent out fuel fumes, so I'm still going to get some smelling of gas when I'm done driving the car. Eventually I'll get it fixed and rerouted, but this part is like $50. I've seen it range anywhere from $38 to $60 for this little thing. So you want to know why cars are expensive nowadays? It's all this stupid emissions. Also, completely forgot that I bought these. So those are new bolts for the headlight. Instead of having these nasty rusted ones, we got some new fresh black ones in there. I also got them in on this side. I need to get clips, because as you can see, I have these two clips here. This one is completely missing both of them, so I do need to reorder those clips to get that fixed as well. But this one here, this bolt was actually broken, so I had to drill and retap that new hole. But now we got the fresh hardware in there. Looks a lot better. This engine bay is starting to turn up and be pretty good. Remember I said earlier that I wasn't going to get that cap right there because I didn't want to take the intercooler off? Well, the intercooler's got to come off now, because I decided that we're going to put a new catch can on. So we're going to get an oil catch can, get this stuff taken off so that we can start putting that catch can on. So I took all that out, didn't realize I didn't have the time lapse on or the recording, so I don't have any of that footage, but we got that out. We went and got the oil catch can in there. Got it bolted to the bracket that holds the 3-point boost controller. I have the one line running to the turbo inlet. The second line runs to a T, and then the T comes off and to that breather. And then I ran out of hose, but then I'll have one that runs here. There it is, got in focus there. And then we'll have that one run over to the other side and to that vent cover breather over there. So I have all of this hose, which is 3/8. Did not realize that the breathers and the turbo inlet was 1/2 inch, so I had to buy some more 1/2 inch hose. Have that ordered. We'll get that in about 2 days, and then we'll be able to get everything then tightened up on the oil catch can. In the meantime, I know I should probably start working on the power steering, but that's not fun, and I want to do something fun today. So in the meantime, we got a box from Streetglow that is all new LEDs. So we're going to get under the car and install that underglow LED. I took the old stuff that was out already, and we have this massive knots of wire and just rats and nests of wire. Hopefully with going with a reputable brand like Streetglow, we won't have wire nest and a mess. So we'll go ahead and get that going. All right, so the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna hit it with some quick detailer, get under there and clean, put the frame rails and the front and the back where we're gonna put the LEDs. Once we hit the quick detailer, then we're gonna put some adhesive promoter on there and then just stick it on. It's all just quick 3M double-sided tape, so it shouldn't be too difficult. All right, so we're gonna run it right up over here, the same area I had the last underglow kit on here. So it's actually still quite clean. I got a little dirt off it, not a whole much, but we're going to run some adhesive promotion, and then we're just going to run an entire strip all the way down that part, and that's the side skirt. So each package comes labeled. So that one right there, 60 inch. 60 inch is how long they are, and that means that this one is for the side of the vehicle. Each package comes with its own alcohol prep pad and 2 self-tapping screws along with the LED strip, and this is one of the thickest, sturdiest LED strips I have ever seen. So that's why they say you get what you pay for. I mean, this was a $300 set compared to some of the other ones that you can get. So that should be indestructible, unlike the last one I had. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna stick it, and then we'll use the self tappers on each end to secure it even further down. All right, so the first strip is in, not where I wanted it. It's on the side skirt. I wanted to get it up there more on the body, but 60 inches is actually longer than the frame rail. It goes the entire length of the side skirt. So it's on there, ready to go. We're gonna knock out the back, then the next side, and then the front. All right, we got all 4 of the strips attached underneath the car there. They're all good to go, but man, Streetglow thinks of everything. So these 4 packages here, those are your extending wires to run everything up to the engine bay. You actually get 3 of these adapters here, but you only actually need 1. So 2 of these you don't need if you're just running the underbody kit. And then all 4 of your strips attached to that, and then that harness attaches to your main wiring harness that runs to a pre-installed toggle switch, and then your positive and negative terminals. Those other 2 that are identical to this, that part number 20 or W24S, you get 2 extra ones, and what those are for is if you're running any type of interior LEDs or the wheel arch LEDs or any other type of Streetglow branded LEDs, they give you 2 more in the bag so that they can all hook up with one circuit so that they all flash same color, turn on and off at the same time. They really think of everything when they do this. We put the toggle switch for the LEDs right there in the center console. Kind of inconspicuous and easy to get to. Most people that look inside the car won't even tell that that's a toggle switch for LEDs. They'll probably think it even came factory. So I like that look inside the car. All right, we got everything buttoned back up on the power steering. So I tucked it, I run it back through there and then down. I don't even know if you can see it there, but we tucked it so it's out of the way. Got it put on, got the other power steering line put on, got the coolant line back on, got the belt back on. So we're making progress. The next thing is upgrading the air intake. So this is going to run there. Do this one-handed is a pain in the ass, but that's going to run like that. Second piece will go here and then through that hole and down, and then that way we get cold air coming in. All right, so the intake is in, MAF, down through that hole, and then coming down and around, and then it'll sit right there behind the fog light. That is the part number for the Injen filter that I'm using. I also got a waterproof sock to go over the filter. That way any dirt, water, snow, anything like that will not ruin the filter. So let's get all that put on. And it is on. Like I said, tucked right behind the fog light. The bumper clip for me, though, it scratched it a little bit. So we'll keep an eye on it. I may end up just trimming that bolt down so it doesn't rub anymore. But it goes right through into the engine bay, down, sock on the filter, everything tightened down, ready to go. Now on to the next step. And the new fender cover is on. Pretty good. I am missing a couple clips, like right there and one right there. And there's a couple down, I can show you, underneath there that I'm missing. One there, that's in there. But yeah, so I was about 4 or 5 clips short. These are the clips that I ended up buying from Amazon to use. So just a standard clip. Not sure if these are actually the ones that you're supposed to use, but they're the ones that I got from Amazon and used just because they said they were Subaru fender liner clips, and they seem to work. If you look over here, they're holding on pretty well. So I'll leave a link in the description if you want to. They were pretty cheap, a lot cheaper than how much Subaru was going to sell me for their branded ones, and I got them same day. So can't complain. That's on. We got the intake, we got painted, we got the oil catch can. Now it is time. Oh, and we got the new power steering pump right down there. We got the new power steering line ran and hooked up. So the next thing to do is finish hooking everything up underneath the car so that I can then take it off its jack stands and end up getting that intercooler put on. I also got to figure out what I'm gonna do with this rat's nest of wires from the underglows. I haven't figured that out yet. So give me suggestions on how you guys would run that, because honestly right now I'm just gonna leave it balled up in a rat's nest for right now. It's too short to go into the car, so I gotta figure out where I'm gonna put it underneath the engine here. But for right now, the intercooler should block most of it. So all right, let's get at it. All right, everything is complete. Everything is put back together. Everything is looking really good. The only thing that I have to do now is just bolt the intercooler back in. I just haven't done that yet. I've been too impatient, but yeah, everything is done there. As I was buttoning everything up, I happened to come over here to the back of the car and found out that that taillight has no taillights or brake light. So that's going to be another journey for another video. This taillight has been fine, working good. That one's completely dead, so we will fix that in the next video. All right guys, we got everything we were supposed to get done today done on the Subi. It took a couple weeks, so yeah, so next video we are going to break into the Eclipse and get that motor pulled and work on the tail lights and possibly the trunk on the Subi, and some more goodies like a new turbo and some new injectors. So hopefully you guys liked this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. I'm gonna try doing this more vlog style than a how-to style from now on. Let me know in the comments if it's something you like. Hey, don't forget to subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next one. See ya.